why are you congratulating me? But anyway, Golden Bear, thank you for joining. I'm really happy you joined. I remember your name from the other day. So thanks for coming back, and how are you? Let's see what we have here. It's like parkour. So wait, I just fucked it up. Okay, so we can't go up there. We can. No. God damn it, Marek. God damn it. Exactly what I wanted to achieve. Wait, and let's do this just. Ooh, that was a bad fall. Well, anyway, let's continue. We just broke our leg, but who cares, right?
A drop, dear citizens. A drop is all it takes. Paradise. Do not be afraid of any plague. With one drop.
Safe to say, Andra's got a wealthy patron here somewhere.
Okay, what's this one? Alright. Temple of Ondra. Welcome to the temple, sure. Transcript sermon. Ondra Ngati, Lady of Lament, Mother. When you called so many godlike back to the divine source, many were spared, passed over. What say you to those of who remain? Are we to carry out some great deed in your honor, or are we to live our lives as mere mortals, deprived of your love, or are we to wait the day when we too are called home? When I stood at the pinnacle of Ukaizo, I felt closer to the gods than ever before. Now they could not feel any more distant. Master Water Shipper. Cistern key. Alright, so we need to find the key somewhere. The sea and love, tradition on right hymn. Alright. Very good at singing. That's why I usually ignore the songs and poetry and all stuff.
Hail and well met, Envoy. I knew that our paths would cross eventually, if not so suddenly.
What made you think that?
You were killed, and yet here you stand. Clearly the gods are working through you.
You're finding admirers everywhere.
I do.
I am honored to stand in your presence. You serve a higher calling, just as I do.
Sure.
Even if you doubt the gods, they have faith in you. The Living Lands is closer to the gods than any other part of Aora. That's what my prayers have told me. Now, if you don't mind, I must attend to my duties. Remember your faith, for the gods have entrusted us with a higher purpose. Farewell, Envoy.
For now.
Gods be with you.
Alright. So we don't have the cistern key at the moment, so we can probably find it
Fresh
later. So
from the finest distilleries in Third Ball. The only
some monies.
potion known to protect against.
Lady of Lament, grant us your strength, so we may overcome adversity as the way. Welcome to the Temple of Andra.
So what happens if I take your stuff
Very
away?
bold of you to take the burdens of others. I hope they serve you well.
Okay.
We don't have a gift bearer at this temple.
Let me destroy some things. Okay, let's see. Why do I have so many? Alright. I don't want to stash them Oh, I can't destroy them. Alright. And I guess this is the same way, right? Value, wait. Heavy armor. I'm not gonna use the heavy armor though, probably. So let's destroy some parts. Yeah, I'm either medium or light armor. So I'm gonna keep one. Alright, let's destroy one and let's keep it this way. Alright.
Oh. But if you'd like, you can leave your burdens here.
Right, let's see what else do we have on this side of the city. So we have gone through this street of the gods. Let's go through this, whatever we have here. Yeah, it's been a... Come on, dude. Be nice. Ooh, loots, more loots. Right, what if I... What do we have down there? There's a secret there. So let's take it. Come on, axe. We had something up there. I thought I could climb up there, but I guess I can't. Interesting. Let's see, let's go this other way. So let's try this way. Ouch. Come on. Another lockpick. Lock chest. Alright, let's add the marking here. Then we know. Actually eat something so I can restore my health in the game. Let's do this. Yeah, sure. This way we're gonna have a full health.
There's a joke about Paradise's government in here, somewhere.
Okay. I probably, Ryan Hayden, and the rest of the chat as
I
well.
remember the family who lived there.
I
I really
probably
thought they'd
asked,
make a go of it.
but what are your thoughts on the Crimson Desert? One of the
So
upcoming
quiet.
games.
You almost wouldn't know you're still in Paradise.
Sorry, Envoy.
I think it's gonna be released on the second half of the March, like 20th of March or something like this. Or 26th of March, something along the lines, right? But what's your thoughts? Are you excited? Are you going to play? Is it something you're interested in?
Shame a perfectly good house has to sit around empty.
Can I? Okay, I can't. And we can't enter it as well, right?
The Claviger's dead. Take your business elsewhere.
I know he's dead.
Face. It's like a nightmare come to life.
Hey, that's not nice to say.
I know I feel safe with the guard presence around here.
Okay, all the doors are really locked. Really strange. Wait, where are we going? We are going extremely legal goods. Alright, let's check out
The
the
guy asked me whether dreams had a taste here once.
I'm telling you.
Excuse me, are you going to see the Watcher?
Depends, who wants to know?
Phaeton, at your service. I study the gods. Respectfully, of course. And Theo here is a student of,
Post-mortal cognition. I examine who we are in death and what we recall of it in life. Abstractly, of course.
We aren't animancers, in case you were concerned.
So what are you?
My friend and I are metaphysical philosophers, and we have hit a bit of a snag.
If you want to run, now's our chance.
I say Watchers are a hoax, and he says Watchers are magical, all-knowing windows into the afterlife.
Many watches prey on the gullible, but the real ones are unforgettable.
I think that means we're both right. It's a philosophical success.
Yay!
That's not the point of philosophy, but fine. Whatever you say.
Thank you for your perspective, Envoy. We'll trouble you no more.
You ever
Okay.
meet people who have too much free time on their hands?
Yep.
As long as there's people in the city, there's merchandise to be found and sold.
Crimson Desert looks cool. My only concern with trailer is it looks like huge in terms of open world. Sometimes that can be bad thing if it's just a big empty field, lacking the details or imagination. Yeah, I definitely understand your concern there. But is it something that you're gonna play? Or no? Egg. Honey. Ooh. Money as well. It's really cool that we can just climb up on the rooftops.
Only the fun. An Adiran. Come to see my wares. Well, don't I feel blessed?
And who might you be?
Where are my manners? Name's Cutty. I'm a trader of lost things.
Oh.
They come my way. I peddle them for people like you to find.
Sounds like fancy way of saying you're French to me.
Now wait, you don't need to jump straight to shutting me down. I'm sure we can work with each other. What's your voice? Svef? Coin?
What is Svef? Svef is a stimulant that when smoked or chewed imbues the user with temporary sense of origin and energy. The drug is especially popular in the Valley and Republic. Some monuments as scholars and politicians were collected tonight. Oh, skooma! You're not hurting anyone. I can look the other way for a price.
By all means, take some silver. I knew you could be reasonable. Now that that's taken care of, can I help you find anything?
See what you have in stock. Lockpicks. My favorite picks. Alright. Watch this dexterity. Deal maker. That's a nice name for a mace, right? A deal maker. And the gun, the disappointer. Oh, dude, this is nice.
Whatever you need, discretion guaranteed.
We have looked at a lot of things. So, my answer to the Crimson Desert is that I'm pretty hyped, to be honest. I try to keep my expectations low, but the more I read, more I read about that game, the more excited I become. Just because of the old open world that you can do. But I do share the
She can help.
But I do share your concern that what if it's just open world and nothing in it?
Please, hear my prayers.
It feels like there's too many things trying to happen in one game, right? But we do have some good examples, right? From the Zelda series, for example. Which in itself also are open world, pretty crazy games, right?
Watcher sees all. The Watcher knows
And they were.
all.
Watcher. Alright, let me just come and explore around and then we can see what this Watcher is about. Right, if you want to read this, pause it and you can see it later on. I'm just gonna scroll it through. Since it's a play, I'm not equipped to read through.
Your soul, envoy. Your very soul is in danger. The Watcher can see it. The Watcher knows. An envoy. A godlike. Two destinies come together. How curious.
Good show.
You are burdened with two weights so heavy. The Watcher laments for you, godlike.
Liviana warned me. Wait, no. So how is my soul in danger?
The Watcher can see into your soul. The Watcher knows. There is a soul plague descending onto the city, godlike. A plague that will endanger you. But the Watcher can see that your soul may still be saved. A gracious soul you have. A wealthy soul.
You speak with such a vagueness, it's a wonder anyone falls to this slop.
The Watcher does not peddle slop. The Watcher provides deliverance from this soul plague. The Watcher must eat to help godlike. The Watcher asks for little in return.
Okay, let's pay.
The Watcher thanks you, envoy. The Watcher will pray that the gods protect your soul. Gods protect
Yeah,
you,
she's pointless. But now the question really is, how can we get the chest we saw? Can we traverse there? No, we can't, right? So there is a chest. Seems like we can get to it somehow, but I don't know how.
In the Deadfire, a Juana soothsayer conned 3 of my pals with the same story.
The NPC, the party member that we have is such a random dude sometimes, like, it's crazy.
Huh?
What do you want?
What do I want? Burr, burr, burr. What do you want? Burr, burr, burr. Alright. So we have already gone through, I think, the most of this part of the city, so we should be good now. Let's see. So let's try to get this lockbox. I think that one. Yeah, let's get this one. And then let's do something fun, like killing enemies. So finally we have completed exploration of the city. I know it was boring. For me it was amazing. but it maybe was a bit boring to watch. But I enjoyed every bit of it. And let's do something fun now. Right, cool. Also, let's see what we have on the side quest side. Totem ritual. Precious light found some luminous adra. Escape plan. Acquire Ondra's kiss. Cast Mist of Paradise. Down Reader. Find aid in expedition team. Northern Town Shore. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's see. The Town Shore is here. Why don't we just go and yeah, let's exit there. And once we get to the side quest areas, we can do the side quest straight. Or we can go also to the embassy, talk with the ambassador about our main quest and see where that leads, so we can combine everything together. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. And then we will head out. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, we had something to deliver the mermaids then as well, I think at some point, but let's see later. We can do this later. What is okay, this is here, yeah. Oh, we want to go here, yeah. So this is the embassy. Cardinals Guild Volume 1. Long has the renowned Cardinals Guild served emperors and queens of Aedir. In this view, we are responsible for the creation and distribution of the many maps through the empire. Whether to direct travelers without the expense that is Aedir, guide ships captains through on their voyage through the Aurora, or simply adorn the walls of aristocrats' home, one can rest assured that the Cartographer's Guild is behind the creation of every one of those works of art. For over 2 centuries since the Noble Expedition Corps discovered the Eastern Reach, we have worked and labored to keep all of the Empire and her colonies supplied with accurate, high-quality maps. God's willing, we will continue to do so for centuries yet to come. Cool. Aedir Customs. This is so... It would be really interesting to read, but I'm not gonna read it for now. Want to relate... Ambassador Hylgard. I have maintained order in Paradise for many years. I know this city. When there is a good leader and fair policy, there is peace. But you have allowed to still rot to terrorize my people, to sow distrust and fear. It suggests you tighten your Inquisitor's release, or the embassy might not carry your banners for long. Clavicher, Demon. Aedir Empire Part 1 Origin. In approximate... I think we have read this actually. I like remember the stories of Christ's diary. Dear diary, I'm here and here I am in the living lands. This island might not be the safest vacation spot, but it's certainly the most colorful. Also the most flavorful according to these mushrooms, and mushrooms seldom lie. Before I forget, I promised Becca I'd bring back a souvenir. There's a room of fallen star in emeralds there. Would be a nice addition to our collection. A message is scribbled inside the cover. If found, please return to obtain the Archmage author of Dane's Gothic Orb. Okay, I'm gonna... This you can read it through on YouTube if you want to. I'm gonna just scroll it. So the reason why I'm sometimes reading those through is I actually like this kind of lore and those stuff. But sometimes it's just so much to read. And I'm getting tired myself. So that's why I'm skipping. We found this book on public page after careful study of scribe confirmed the handwriting matches the signature found on the scroll of Dane's chaotic orb. We advised that Dane is the living lands. As a member of the Circle Archmagi, he has license to go where he pleases. We will observe him at the distance, but no one is engaged him. Dane is either harmless fool or one of the most dangerous people alive. We simply can't take the chance.
Envoy, is it really you?
Yes. Letter to Inquisitor. I've been in Emerald Stairs long enough to confirm our first suspicion. The people of your Miss Inverno care not for the laws of mortals or gods. Animals that work magic are better in defiance of Verdica. Their crimes are innumerable, their ways of life intolerable. All is not lost. Politically they are unstable, too focused on themselves to notice our eager hands threatening the garrote. We ate your order to your friends in the forest. Same story here. You can check it out later, or you can pause. Unsent letter. Lavicher Emond. I know the blighting of the Stranglers is a cause for concern, but I must strongly discourage any trade deal that involves buying additional crops from Fior Messiverno. We cannot endorse the blasphemous trade of animacy. Much less welcome to it our dinner tables. Alright, let me talk with those NPCs here as well. If we have any. I think we can talk with Carrick.
None of the clerks
Okay.
believe my story. Still can't believe you're alive.
Envoy, hello. I'm glad to see you on your feet. Kai.
Tej,
I'm surprised they let you in here.
I'm surprised you're still gainfully employed.
Do we have a problem here?
I didn't mean anything by it, Envoy. He's just curious company for you to keep.
Hey, somebody has to have the envoys back, because you all sure didn't.
No one expected the Envoy to get assassinated.
Exactly. Amateurs.
I think there's more to the story here.
Well,
Kai?
come on, it's funny. Tej caused a ruckus last time he was slumming it at the Ballot Rock. You were trying to kill a man, if I remember right. I had to put you outside.
You threw me into the canal.
You lived.
That water's filthy. I had the runs for 3 days.
It's Tej. The envoy doesn't need to know that.
Did you really try to get someone? Teach.
The fellow cheated me. I couldn't let that slide. Or he'd think we were all marks.
It was over a dice game, right? Tej here has a gambling problem.
Oh,
Great. Let's air all my troubles. Is there anything else?
The bartender sleeping with your girlfriend.
You're lying.
You sure about that?
We'll talk about this later.
I'm not breaking up with her for you. Just so we're clear.
That's more than enough. Thank you. Was there anything I could help you with, Envoy?
that was awkward. Come on, Teach. You're not going to stand up to Kai.
The 7-foot-tall Almawa with biceps the size of my head? No, I am not.
Flatterer. You know I'm barely over 6.5.
How about you answer some questions for me, Teach?
Naturally, sir. How can I help you?
What's Ludwig doing in the city? I thought she was dead.
Inquisitor Ludwig is the commander of the Steel Garrote in Paradise. Were you to ask her, she'd say she keeps the peace. But she doesn't keep it so much as prosecute it. As ruthlessly as the ambassador will let her. She's also a veteran of the Steel Garrote's campaign in the Deathfire, where she died.
She's a Death Guard. Well, that explains a lot.
I don't know what happened to her there, but I suppose Wodica wasn't done with her yet.
Has she ever mentioned me?
Has she ever mentioned you? Except, no. Wait. The morning after the ambassador received word you'd been dispatched, I heard the Inquisitor tell her captain that an old friend would visit soon. That couldn't have been you, could it?
The envoy here has depths you would not believe.
We are living in the strangest of all possible times.
What do you know about the Steel Garrote?
Think upon your promises and die. That's the litany of the Steel Garrote, usually said right before they kill you. They're an order of paladins born and bred in Adir, though clearly they've found plenty of work beyond our borders. Their remit is simple but comprehensive. They punish all who break their oaths. In practice, that has historically meant contracts. One lord or merchant will hire the Steel Garrote to bring a duplicitous rival to justice.
Fun bunch. What are they doing in Paradise?
Since the events in the Deadfire, their operations have expanded. The Steel Garrote has always been associated with Wodica. Now, they are explicitly her order. And they go wherever Wodica's priests, or Wodica herself, believes there is a need for them to go. The Living Lands are a dangerous, lawless frontier in sore need of order. Thus, they are here. Or so the Steel Garrote say.
You know what? More and more understanding that I really need to play the Pillars of Eternity games. Because they're happening the same universe, and I believe this game is happening after the Pillars of Eternity 2. And there's so many references back to the Pillars of Eternity that I just don't understand. I hope by the end of this game I will understand some context what happened. But I feel like I need to play the Pillars of Eternity games to fully understand what's going on. Yeah. Wodica, Goddess of Vengeance, Ludwig's chosen a challenging patron.
Do you think so? I've always found her inflexibility comforting. Wodica's edicts are clear. If you obey her laws, pursue justice, punish the guilty, and give fealty to the Emperor, then you have pleased her, and I aim to please. But Wodica does not trust. She demands that you declare yourself for her again and again. Her every request is a test, and her every test is an opportunity to disappoint her. I appreciate a god who makes you work for their grace. I don't want anything given to me for free.
I'd like to ask you about something else.
I'm an open book.
I'd like to understand Paradise better.
What would you like to know?
When was the city founded? Who lives here?
If you're looking for a particular year, the first thing you should know about Paradise is that this isn't the kind of place where the locals keep records. And though it might be considered a distant backwater by the rest of the world, this city is the height of civilization by the standards of the Living Lands. As for who calls this place home, I suspect you could find a criminal, confidence man, or prophet from every civilization in the world here.
Hey, come on. You're gonna give the envoy the wrong idea. We've got draft dodgers, courtesans, and revolutionaries too. You know, all the fun people.
Fun people.
In any event, as far as I can tell, Paradise has been this way since its inception. Thus the eclectic display of architectural styles. If nothing else, this city is a reflection of the countless people who have passed through it on their way to the interior.
What are the Adir's intention in Paradise?
Depends on who you ask. Ambassador Heelgard will tell you that our remit here is to establish a secure and orderly environment from which to engage in trade. Inquisitor Ludwig will tell you we're here to break the frontier.
So, which is it?
Why not both?
I'm not hearing anything about the Dream Scourge.
That's where you come in. Whether you find your desires aligning with the ambassadors or the inquisitors, neither can succeed until the Dream Scourge is ended. We are only beginning to see its effects here in Dawnshore, but the closer to the center of the island you go, the worse it gets. That bear you and the ambassador encountered in the Strangle Route isn't even the worst of it. And the tide of this soul plague is rising higher every day.
How do the Paradisians feel about us?
Look, for all that I complain about this backwater, there are good people here. Same as anywhere else. People who want to be able to walk to the market in the morning for their bread and eggs and know they won't be mugged. People who like it when the mail comes on time, and their skates are made from real copper, and their neighborhood peeping Tom ends up in the stocks. Those people, good and honest people, who pay their debts and honor their contracts and remember to thank the gods, they like us a lot.
Tell me about the people who tried to kill me.
The Resistance, as such, are largely a group of misfits and criminals intent on undermining the rule of law. They take out loans with small Adiran banking houses and do not pay them, then assault the bankers who attempt to collect. They agree to contracts with families in Adir seeking homes, and when their ships arrive, promptly abandon them. When we levy a small tax to fund the repair of city roads, they set our counting house on fire. And when our fishermen return to port, they board their ships and sink them.
That's certainly one way to characterize them. It's not exactly wrong, but it's not exactly right either.
For decades, people like them ruled this city through fear. We imposed order, and now they oppose us. You, unfortunately, were caught in the crossfire.
I'd like to ask about something else.
Of course.
What's Ludwig doing in the city? I thought. No, we already asked that, right? The Emperors didn't have time to brief me on the living lands. What do I need to know?
There's a lot of ground to cover. Could you be more specific?
Wait. How do the living lands and Adir compare on the map?
Ah, the age-old question. Who's bigger? Adir is, naturally, by a wide margin. And were we at the Cartographers Guild in High Crown, I could show you on one of their globes. As it is, we must make do in the theater of our minds.
Where are the living lands in relation to Adir?
The living lands are located in the far north of Aora. Adir is southwest of the living lands, situated along the equator.
How about the weather? The terrain? I need to know what to expect.
The living lands are more arid than Adir, and the island is more prone to storms. But its many deep valleys protect the various townships from the worst of the weather. Topographically speaking, the living lands are a place of extremes. Deep inland, mountains rise high enough to rival those of the White March, blanketed year-round in snow. While east of the volcano of Mount Forja is an acid sea that sinks far below the level of the ocean. The lands between them are riven with deep clefts in the earth and isolated by wastelands of sun-baked sand dunes. I'll share what I can.
Other questions? Who's in power here?
There is no singular authority in the living lands.
Not yet, anyway.
I shudder to think what the living lands would look like under your rule.
Well, to start, there'd be a lot more brothels.
Charming. Power is invested in the leaders of the various townships scattered across the island. The largest are Fjord, Thirdborn, and Solace. None of which, I will note, are as safe and orderly as Paradise.
Alright, what should I know about Fjord?
Fjord Messaverno is located in a valley known locally as the Emerald Stair, named for the terraced rice paddies that cover its hillsides. It is our closest neighbor. The city, if you can call it that, was founded 50 years ago by animancers from the Valian Republics. Apparently, the laws governing animancy weren't lenient enough in the Republics. So the city's founders came to the living lands, where they could practice their discipline more freely. Currently, Fjord is governed by a man named Ignacy Vidaro. Rather inept to hear the ambassador talk about him. Fjord's farmers supply most of the grain and vegetables we eat here in Paradise. Or it did. Their shipments have been infrequent lately. Something about a blight in the fields. In any event, I believe that covers Fjord.
What's the story with Thirdborn?
Everything you need to know about Thirdborn is in its name. It was founded by the Almaua and Orleans, mostly.
Home, sweet home.
You're free to go back any time you like.
I like my current circumstances just fine, thanks.
They are people, in short, who couldn't cut it in the civilized world and had to make room on the margins. Unfortunately, they are currently besieged by the Dream Scourge. We have sent some troops to lend what help we can, and the mayor, Temerity, was appropriately grateful, but I don't know how long they'll hold out.
What can you tell me about the Solace?
Solace is, what is there to say, really?
Yeah, they tend to have that effect on people.
The trouble is, I don't know much about Solace. Nobody does. They are an isolationist community of Pargrunan dwarves who live in the forbidding ways of Galawain's tusks. They don't let outsiders into their lands, and they don't let their people out of them.
Some folks get out from time to time, but they can't ever go back. And the ones who survive aren't eager to talk about their experiences.
People aside, the land itself is incredibly hostile. The island's volcano, Mount Forja, rests at the heart of the region, and it's recently become active. Half the land is lava rock, and the other half is, well, literally lava. I don't know why anyone lives there. I have to assume they're all insane.
You have no idea.
Well, can you tell me anything about the Paragon dwarves?
Naturally. The Pargrunan are a unique community of mountain dwarves originating in Old Valia. As a people, they've made their name as explorers, builders, miners. No doubt you've seen their ruins in your travels, here, back home in Adir, and all across the world. They maintain a rich tradition of oral storytelling, chanted magics, and ritual carving, which they take great pains to record and transmit across their various communities. Even the most physically isolated Pargrun is not alone. Somewhere, one of their people is thinking of them and planning an expedition. Abidan must cherish them.
You sound like you admire them.
I suppose I do.
I could stand to know more about Rautai.
Rautai is one of the old empires, every bit as storied as Grand Valia or our native Adir. If Adir is to the southwest of the Living Lands, Rautai is to the southeast. And unlike our home, their small continent is racked by terrible storms. This is due, or rather, was due, to the island's proximity to Andra's mortar, the unending super hurricane that once hid the ancient city of Ukaizo. Rautai is largely peopled by Almaua, descended from those who fled the Deadfire Archipelago centuries ago, when Andra pulled the moon, Ioni Brather, into the sea. They are an aggressive, militant culture, and personally, I find their obsession with gunpowder rather quaint. They are also our chief rivals on the world stage.
I don't think they see it that way.
No?
Well, as far as Navy brass is concerned, Adir doesn't really rate.
Now you're just making things up.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but we don't think about you at all.
Yeah. I don't think I know much about the Valian Republics.
The Valian Republics are a collection of city-states in the Eastern Reach, southeast of our former colony, the Deerwood. The Republics began life as colonies of the Grand Empire of Valia, hence the name. But as Grand Valia's economy collapsed, well, the colony saw an opportunity to escape the influence of the Empire of Origin, and they seceded, much as the Deerwood did from Adir. Now a mature confederation in their own right, the Republics have recently indulged their own expansionist ambitions in the Deadfire Archipelago. Through their merchants in the Valian Trading Company, the Republics will sell you anything you could ever wish to buy.
Up to and including people.
We should count ourselves lucky they've had no interest in the Living Lands. In a struggle between our Emperor and the Republic's great dukes, well, I doubt we would come out on top. But if anyone asks, I was not the one who told you that. By all means.
I was told meet with the Watcher, but I don't know what anything of them. What you can tell me?
I trust whomever told you to consult a watcher also told you to avoid the one in the city.
Yeah.
She is a liar and a thief.
Oh, did you take your money?
No. Anyway, watchers are individuals capable of perceiving souls. The soul may be in a living body, or it may simply be lingering, waiting to pass into the in-between. In either case, interacting with a soul allows a watcher to glimpse a person's past lives or their most deeply buried memories. Watchers are incredibly rare, and in Adir, highly controlled. Many people wish to know who they were in a previous life, and do not like what they learn.
What happens to Watchers in Adir?
The smart ones stay hidden. They do not announce their powers, perhaps not even to themselves. Even a careful watcher risks inadvertently revealing themselves by knowing something they shouldn't know. Of the ones that are public, little is concretely known. But we hear things. They make good judges in Wurka's courts, so long as they're controlled. The lords, it's rumored, buy and sell them to collect blackmail on their enemies. But I suspect many watchers are imprisoned or executed, or simply kill themselves.
Are the Watchers dangerous?
A watcher doesn't need your cooperation or consent to read your soul. They could learn everything about you, terribly damaging things about your parentage, for example, or things you did in a past life, without you ever knowing. You see how this could threaten the established order, undermine our betters' right to rule.
Yeah, but that's just one side to it. Imagine how a watcher feels, knowing what a threat they are to the status quo. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be keen on kings and emperors wanting me dead. Sounds like a lot of hassle.
Don't sell yourself short, Kai. I don't doubt you're an expert in people wanting you dead.
You're not wrong.
I rarely am. In any case, the Watcher is fundamentally a tragic figure. Of the few that survive our world, most are destined to go mad.
There's a Watcher in the Emperor's inner circle, is there not?
I've heard that rumor too. It flits about High Crown every couple years. Some even say it is his Lady Empress. We have no way of knowing whether it's true or not, but I will tell you, Envoy, I don't like to think the Emperor would stoop so low. There's something I find undignified about it.
Will they become a Watcher?
Yes and no. So far as I understand it, a Watcher is born a Watcher. But it takes an event, often something shocking or traumatic, to bring a Watcher's powers to the fore. So you may be a Watcher, or I may be, or Kai, and we might not even know.
Are there any famous Watchers I should know about?
Well, the Watcher of Cadnua is legendary. It was their castle Aethys destroyed when he began his campaign of terror in the Dead Fire. Oh, by the Queen, I hope I get to meet them someday. In terms of local interest, you'll have heard of Runid, of course. And there was Ida. You may not know about her. She was a Watcher from the Living Lands. I believe she was an Orlan. She must have died, 150 years ago. Slain by a great serpent, gods treat kindly with her soul. Doubtless there are others, but most don't meet a good end.
Yeah, we can't choose it.
I'm an open book.
Did you speak to the scout out front?
Freak, I did. Terrible shame what happened to his brother. It sounds like his injuries were severe. I saw you two talking. I hope you can help him, Envoy.
I intend to.
I don't mean to twist your arm, but don't delay too long.
Huh.
There have been earthquakes in the region lately. Floods, cave-ins. Gods know what else is possible down in that cave. You're the only one we have with the expertise for that kind of field work.
Aside from the people in trouble down there, which says something to the danger in that cave.
Whatever I think of the Expeditions Corps, they serve a vital purpose to the Empire. I'm glad it's you going after them.
So I wonder if we have to hurry, or I wonder if the more we explore around, the more the time we pass in the in-game, the smaller the chance is that we can succeed that side quest. I wonder if that's true in this game. Your ambassador secretary was like...
Well, you'll notice I'm nearly always here. If that man sleeps, I don't know about it. He wouldn't say, but I believe he relied on the claviger far more than he lets on. And without the claviger's steady hand at the rudder, the ambassador's struggling just to bail water from the sinking ship that is Paradise.
Claviger Aemon might have tolerated a little more chaos than the ambassador liked, but he kept this place humming. He's not someone you can easily replace, and not with one man alone.
It's a difficult job. The pressure sometimes gets the better of him. But if he loses his temper now and then, I can't blame him for it. Better him than me.
You don't want his job?
Be serious. Most of us here didn't get sent to the frontier because we were anybody's favorite. The longer I'm here, the more likely the people who matter are to forget me. And I'd actually like to get back to High Crown someday. Get married, have a few kids, take the civil exams, and settle into a permanent clerkship.
I guess there are worse ways to spend a life.
Like rotting in this embassy.
What's he like when he's not working?
He doesn't know what to do with himself. You know, in our first days here, he'd often walk to the end of the docks at sunrise. The work was done, the embassy was closed, and he'd still be wearing the same clothes he'd slept in at his desk. And he'd just stare out over the sea. He always seemed dissatisfied back then. I suppose, years later, he still does. Of course.
Alright, let's ask this again. What's Ludwig doing in the city? I thought she was dead.
Inquisitor Ludwig is the commander of the Steel Garrote in Paradise. Were you to ask her, she'd say she keeps the peace.
Yeah.
But she doesn't keep it so much as... She's also a
She's a death god.
Alright, I should head out.
Should you ever need me, I will be here. Safe travels, envoy.
Oh, that was a long... lot of dialogues. But it's not over, so let's talk with the ambassador as well.
I can't believe you're alive. When they dragged you to Liviana's clinic, I assumed the worst. How do you feel?
Disoriented? No. Actually, let's do this. Disoriented, lightheaded, my pulse is racing.
And yet you rallied your spirits and reported for duty. Your dedication is admirable. But we'll return to the topic of your untimely demise shortly. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. Captain Cynric said you have a missive for me from the Emperor.
Here you are.
Very good. I'm eager to see what our Emperor intends. Now, His Majesty names you a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire, and an extension of the throne's authority. Thank goodness. At least someone understands the gravity of our situation.
Great. Message delivered. Let's talk about my payment.
Here's something to tide you over. But your work isn't finished just yet. You've seen how wild the Living Lands has become, both in nature and in politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of our troubles.
I prefer the ink part of my destiny though, perhaps it's just a bad luck.
Maybe that's all it is, but I'm not leaving anything to chance. This embassy has no shortage of political foes, but the Dream Scourge is what keeps me up at night. You've seen firsthand what it can do in nature. We can't let it reach the cities.
I'll get bottom of the Dream Scourge, Ambassador, whatever it takes.
Thank you, Envoy. The island is in capable hands. Inquisitor Ludwig thinks the plague is a distraction. She's more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire.
And you're not?
At least rebels know the meaning of negotiation and compromise. But a plague kills indiscriminately. Though, even I must admit, the rebels have gone too far. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and the final straw, attacked you out in the open.
But was it the rebels though? I don't buy it, to be honest. They seem to have it out for us specifically. Do you know why?
Something about a labor dispute gone wrong, I think. The Steel Garrote got involved, and it turned quite ugly.
A lot of disputes arise because people here have a strong aversion to being told what to do.
I won't lie to you, Envoy. Our position is tenuous. If we can't even defend ourselves, how are we to defend the living lands? But defend it we must, for the sake of everyone who calls this island home. Inquisitor Ludwig demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. These Paradisian rebels must face justice.
Where's Ludwig anyway? We have some catching up to do.
Ludwig goes where she likes, haunting the living lands like a vengeful spirit. She'll reappear when she chooses, and not a moment sooner. Let's make sure to give her some good news for a change.
Not many get a chance to solve their own murder, you know. I know someone who could help. A dwarven tracker named Marius. Kith or beast, there's little he can't find. He's staying at the Grinning Ballarrock, not far from Liviana's infirmary. We just take the main road east to the market, then head down the stairs and cross the canal. Rough part of town, even by the standards of Paradise.
You're proven to be capable so far. What can he do that you can't?
Blend in, for one thing. Marius is from the Tusks, about the harshest and remotest place the gods ever created, even by the standards of the living lands.
Trickery, lies. The gods did not build this place.
Let's just say no one survives out there without picking up a few skills, the kind we'll need if we're going to find hidden assassins. Especially if they're from the streets of Paradise.
I suggest you recruit as many allies as you can, but choose carefully. They, like you, will represent the Empire. Before we can send you off to parts unknown, we need assurances from the local healer that you're fully recovered. After all, you survived a brush with death. The health of your body is one thing. The health of your soul is another.
My soul has always been rotten to the core.
Well, be that as it may, we can't have you dropping dead again on your first assignment.
And I can't keep dragging you back to Liviana's.
Remember, the assassin is out there. You have the element of surprise. I suggest you use it.
Assassins are cowards by nature. This will be easy.
Don't be so quick to judge. They got the better of you once, and I don't want history to repeat itself. We'll talk more of the Dream Scourge when you return. Until then, Envoy.
How about we start with Marius at the Grinning Ballarrock? Besides, I could use a drink after all this.
Oh, nice. Alright.
I can't tell you how grateful I am that you survived the attempt on your life. But let's not dwell on unpleasant matters.
Listen, if you hear anything about Juliana in the future, pay no mind.
The courtesan? Interesting. I had my theories about a certain shipment of herbs. Let us also say that I know why and how these herbs are being used. And I assume you figured it out as well. Do you object?
We should finance her. Keeping Juliana's in business keeps the peace in Paradise. So we're gonna be like the Drug Lords now. Let's do it.
Shrewd thinking, Envoy. Maybe you should be ambassador. So be it. I can't